What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 10th and final season of NHL 20 Detroit Red Wings Franchise Mode Series. As you can see there, the Boston Bruins won the Stanley Cup last year, which is actually the team we played in the first round. We seem to always lose to the eventual Stanley Cup winner, and if you guys have not been watching and missed a few episodes, we have yet to make the conference final, even though we've had one of the best regular season teams over the past, 7-8 years. So I'm hoping this year we turn it around. This is our year. It's the last chance we have, so I'm like, at least make the conference final. We don't have to win the Stanley Cup, just make it to the conference final here. As you can see, Shane Wright, the best player on this team by far. Really good contract too. We got a lot of nice pieces behind him. And honestly, not a ton of guys to re-sign. Aside from these two defensemen here in Seider and Bean. Now, Seider does not want an extension, so probably just going to have to let him go to UFA. Panarin there wants to come back. 36 years old though, making $8 million. I feel like we can use his money on somebody else. The guy who drafted 5th overall last year, 83, should be getting even better. A couple rentals we're probably letting go there in Nelson and Parayko. But other than that, most of the team, should be good to go. Honestly, like, it's going to be tough to make this team much better. I actually forgot to show you guys, Spencer Knight won the Vezina last year. He's actually gone up in rating, so he's the best goalie we've had so far, 90 overall. Also have a really good backup there, 83 overall with elite potential, so our backup could even be like an 85. I mean, this is the year. Like, we have to get it done again. I want to win the cup, at the very least, make conference finals, so we don't have too many picks here. You can see we're picking 163. We actually do need to trade up, too. I saw there's a guy supposed to go top 6. Or top 6 potential around 120, so just going to trade for a random pick here in the 4th round, hopefully grab him. Alright, so I'm offering the Devils a 4th next year and a 6th this year. They say yes. I figured that was a pretty good deal, so we'll just sim to our pick here, 116. Take a quick look at the first round. We only have like 3 draft picks, I think. 81 medium elites, pretty good. As I mentioned before, I think it's been about 5 years now since we've seen a franchise potential player in the draft. Honestly, the last one might have been Shane Wright, Matthew Savoy. Like, it's been a while. So this Martinick guy here, guaranteed medium top 6, is also a gem. This is the guy I wanted. I think his rating's not too high, 59. So it's not terrible, but a medium top 6 there in the 4th round is honestly really good value. So we only have 2 more picks here, a 6th and a 7th. Again, we're trading away a lot of our picks. This goalie, apparently, the scouts like. I don't know, though. This guy here is 50-50 medium elite. I think I'd rather take a chance on him, even if he's not medium bottom 6, so that's okay. And next pick here, guys, round number 7. This will be the last pick we ever make. The Luka, 50-50 low elite. Scouts like him. Please, be good. Low starter, so not terrible. Also, guys, as I mentioned last episode, we have to re-sign our NHL head coach here. He does want to raise, but honestly, 2.4 million there, whatever. An A- head coach, I think, is honestly really good. He's got good staff chemistry. And moving on to the re-sign phase now, as you see at the bottom there, we have just over 20 million in cap space. So Seider's the best player that needs to be re-signed, doesn't want an extension. 6.5 or 5 years is actually really reasonable, I think. I'll offer him 6.75. He says no. We'll try and re-sign him in free agency or get somebody new. Panarin, 36, top 9 potential. Not risking that. $8 million can go to somebody else. Now Jake Bean, 30, 85. He wants 7.3, so he wants more money than Seider. He is obviously a very good offensive defenseman there. Like, his hands are insane. Good shot. That's a lot of money for him. Nelson's the rental. I'm not bringing him back. We have a lot of like high 70s in the AHL. Hoping at least one of them kind of makes the jump. Puljujarvi, $1 million for 1 year for 81. That's actually really good value. Parayko, same thing. I don't think it's worth it. Latin in there, definitely want to bring back. 2.4. I think we'll do a 1-year deal here at like 2. Because you're an 80. I mean, I'm going to give him just under 2 because I don't really like giving guys that are 80 or less much money. Sorelli here I think is a good 4th line center. 2 years, 1.8. Probably take 2 years, 1.75. It's been solid for us. Wouldn't mind bringing him back. So reasoning here, I'm hoping he'll grow. 800K, he doesn't want to be resigned, so we'll offer him the max 2-way, and if he says no, we'll just qualify. Bode Wild there, 28 now. He was like kind of emergency backup, whatever. Gunther has never grown. Maybe this is the summer he gets up to like at least a 79 for us. Also looking at goalies here, Machovsky, our backup, needs a new contract. He's probably going to grow over the summer. 2 years, 2.3. 1 year, I like that a lot better just because we have 1 year left. So 1 year, 1.25, which honestly for an 83 is actually insane value. Especially since I think he's going to grow. And honestly, we probably have the money to keep Bean. Worst case, we could like trade him or something. 6 years. I don't know, do we do like 6 years, 7 million? He probably says yes to that. And then at that point, our defense, as long as we get a bit of growth there from Latin and Cole, I think we're good for the top 6. Goalies look good. Forward-wise, Probably going to have to sign a couple guys for the fourth line, but usually there's some like 80 overalls on two-way deals that are available, in which case I think we'll be okay. And so Sorelli here accepted our offer, which is awesome. Looks like Jake Bean. Oh no, he rejected. Not enough money. Okay, we'll give him a bit more. Sider wants to test free agency, which sucks, but we'll let him do that. Either we can try and re-sign him or somebody else. Latin wants to test free agent market, so I mean, we'll just qualify him, I guess. I don't know why. He's like a young player on RFA. A bunch of other RFAs there accepting their deals. Gunther, Puljujärvi accepts, really good fourth line player. Reasoner wants to test free agency, so again, we'll just, all those guys that like are 78 and want to test free agency, we'll qualify them, and they almost never get an offer. And so right now, guys, I'm actually going to fire Ovechkin as the assistant coach just because we don't have enough money to sign our head coach otherwise. He wants 2.3. All we have left is 2.4, even after that. So, like, we're going to have 100K, and we still need an NHL associate coach, NHL goalie coach, and an AHL coach, because our NHL head coach, like I said before, is making just so little. So I might actually have to fire somebody else too and just like get the bare bones cheapest coaches. And as you can see here, after cleaning up some cap space for a head coach, he said yes. Now, we're definitely in a tough spot though, because I had to fire another like AHL coach or something, which left us with 1.2 million there. We have to fill out 5 coaching roles, so basically it's going to be getting the cheapest people I can who are also hopefully decent. So we're not free agency here, guys. I totally forgot to our backup goalie, Machovsky. He also didn't accept his 1-year deal, so he wants to go to free agency. Luckily, we qualified him. Jack Hughes is available. Jeez. So Devils losing to free agency. Potentially Ryan Merkley, Kasha, Mitchell, Rutchin. I think these guys are both like made up. Second round 2023, first or second overall 2021. Svechnikov there got up to 88. Wow, that's actually surprising. Claude Giroux, AHL potential, 84. I mean, he had a really good season again last year. I don't really trust that, though. Kucherov's available again. We wanted him last year, 41 goals. Maybe we go and get him. Capo Cap was available as well. Kind of like, I feel it would be secondary to Kucherov. Kucherov definitely looks to be the prize. And look at this. Wallstedt's a free agent at 25. I think last year they qualified him and never were able to like come to contract agreement. So, 25-year-old free agent, 93 overall. That's insane. I mean, you got Dayton there, Demko, Shashirkin, Askarov's actually a free agent now. So hopefully our guy, I don't even actually see him here, Machovsky, will actually accept our deal. Like I was saying, now that we're at free agency, hopefully they'll say yes to this. 1 year, 1.5 million. I think it's really good there for backup. Now defenseman. Sider here you can see is the second best behind Merkley. And I mean, he didn't want to resign with us. This Nylander guy, 2286 RFA. Looks to be pretty solid. His defensive stats, wow, 91 shot block, 90 stick check. He's pretty solid. We put him on the top pair with Jones. Have Bean play with somebody on the second pair. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the picks, but we could potentially make a trade there with the Sharks. Also, Goldobin here, who we actually drafted back in the 2019 redo draft. Third overall. Maybe he's meant to be on our team. 93 shot block and stick check. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. He's the same rating as Sider. I'm going to make him an offer here. 6.6, 4 years. See what he says. I'm also going to make an offer on Kucherov. 8.5 for 1 year. I feel like the cap should just about work out. It's going to be really, really close. Two-way players, obviously want to check these. 20 years old, 64 overall, low elite. Definitely going to take him for free. Some of these other guys look maybe decent. 23 and 74, low top 9. I also want to see if there's any 80 overall guys, and there are. Tyler Toffoli, Perez Hogan there, 23 and 80. I mean, I'll make them both offers. Almost for sure their teams are going to match these, but might as well. And then Toffoli here is a free agent, 36 years old. Still got pretty good offensive stats. It's just like his defensive stats pretty terrible. I mean, for a fourth liner though, like he might not be that bad. Make him a 1 year deal there, see what he says. And the big trade just went down, guys. The Rangers trading Jacob Trouba, a 4th round pick to Chicago for defensive prospect and a 4th. Trouba's probably still on a pretty big contract. And this guy here is happy to join the team. NHL associate coach. I'm pretty sure it's actual things like NHL assistant or AHL associate. Like, we had to get some guys, diamonds in the roughs essentially for coaches. This guy here doesn't really like to make up the roster, but he'll do his best. I'm pretty sure, again, he's, like, everyone we've hired pretty much is, like, doing higher than they're supposed to. Same goes for this girl. I think AHL assistant, maybe she was the only one actually. And this guy here, AHL associate. So I think actually I was able to get all the coaches signed there. I didn't think we'd have enough money. It's probably really close. And yeah, so we have 40 grand there and no AHL goalie coach, which is fine. You don't have to have a goalie coach. You can see there, they're not like the best, but staff chemistry is 75%. I'll take that. Obviously, we have a really good head coach there. I was willing to pay him that money. You know what? I'm actually looking at it right now. I think our AHL head coach we should promote because he's got A- offense, A- teaching. He's actually better than our assistant coach there, so I'm going to do that right now. Alright guys, so after moving around the coaches a little bit, our staff chemistry actually dropped by 2 to 73, but I feel like we have the better guys now in the NHL. This is our new NHL assistant coach. Before he was an AHL head coach. You can see good teaching there, good offense. And then there's the AHL head coach. I think he was like the associate, and that guy was in the NHL. So hopefully that works out again. The coaching, we had to dig deep to find some coaches we could afford there. Unfortunately, like I feel like your coaching budget should definitely go up as you progress, because we were paying our head coach $1 million. As soon as he wants a raise, we want to get somebody new. Like we just don't have enough money. I think if we don't have owner mode on, it kind of affects it. Johansson there, 85 overall for 2 first-round picks, huge trade. And right here is I think the AHL goalie coach made an offer on. We couldn't afford him anyways, and he's going there with Hartford. This is one of the RFAs we just qualified. Finally said yes. Toffoli there accepts our offer, so that's good. Gives the fourth line a bit of scoring. Piers Hogan here said we didn't offer him enough money. Maybe Broussard actually said the same thing. Chubasov rejects. Roster's full. That kind of sucks. I didn't think it would be. Wachowski, though, accepts. We got our backup goalie. Still waiting to hear back from Kucherov. Now, actually, if our roster's full, I might have to go let some guys go. Alright, guys, right now I'm offering Arizona Afiniganov and Dominguez, both RFAs. And we have qualifying offers on them. They're not that great, though. 24.72, 23.70. We might be able to get a second-round pick here. Alright, so trade rejected. I thought second-rounder. Like, it looked close, though. Honestly, we have 42 of 50 contracts, but somebody said how we had our full roster, so it's a bit concerning as I don't really know what's going on there. And I want to make sure that, like, Kucherov does say yes, we can at least get him. Alright, so I just added a couple more guys to this deal that we don't really need just to make sure we have the contract spots. And we might actually be able to get the second-round pick now because of it. Trade still rejected, saying how they're going to have, like, a surplus or whatever, which is fair. Maybe just give us, like, a third, 20-30. And there we go. And Kucherov says, I decided to sign their team, but you no longer have cap space to afford my services. I thought we did. Golovin, though, accepts our offer. I was going to say, for Kucherov to say that, he must have. Now, it has to be close, though. Like, we got to be 6.9, okay. And Kucherov wants 8.3. I'm thinking we could probably shed $1 million cap space somehow. So right here, guys, we're making a trade with the New York Rangers for Justin Barron, 85 overall defenseman, right-handed, which we actually need. As right now, Seth Jones is our only one in the top 4. I'd rather have 2 and 2, obviously. 26 years old, high top 4, so we could actually keep getting better. Defensive stats, 92 D awareness is really nice. 84 poison isn't too bad. Again, we want guys that perform in the playoffs. He looks to be pretty solid. Also asking for a third-round pick in exchange for Jake Bean, so we're saving about $1.7 million. Bean, of course, much better offensively, but I mean, Barron can get better, and if it helps us get, if it helps us sign Kucherov, I feel like the trade's definitely worth it. Bean's been on the team for a while now, so I don't really mind a shake-up. Let's see what they say. Trades rejected. Okay. Take off the third. I think it's a pretty fair deal. Still rejected. Are you kidding me? I mean, Barron's only got 1 year left on his contract. And you know what I just realized? If we do sign Kucherov, we actually don't need Toffoli. So even though we just signed him, I'm going to try and trade him away because Rangers want him. Also, DeLuca there, low starter goalie we just drafted. Puts the value on our side. We'll see what they say. Trades accepted. Okay, so basically it was a 1-for-1. The stuff we added didn't really matter too much. And we should now have enough money to sign Kucherov. He wants 8.3. We have 8.7. So, I mean, I'll offer him 8.5 here just in case any other team comes in. Also, too, I noticed we could actually use an AHL goaltender. I'll wait till Kucherov says yes, though. I don't want to affect the cap or anything. And then I want to try and sign an AHL goalie just in case we trade away our high elite guy. I want to make sure that you have somebody in the AHL. So, let's see. Roberts for 5th and a 6th. I'm just going to say no. Obviously, picks only matter for us. Come on, Cooch. Are you kidding me? Didn't offer him enough money. He accepted our original offer. I forget what it was. I thought we just offered him extra 200K. Oh my god, the talent drop off. That sucks. Alright guys, so having said that, I just found this dude here, McCarty. Only an 83 overall, but if you look at his stats, kind of nuts. Hands there, pretty much 95 everything. Shot there's a 90. Not the fastest guy or most physical, or even really best defensively, but just dude's a sniper. So I guess he's our consolation prize. I still can't believe Kucherov didn't sign with us. Like, are you kidding me? And I think I'm going to sign this Whitfield guy here to be our AHL starter. 24.75. It's actually not bad. Are you kidding me? Another guy appreciates the interest, decided to go with another team. No one was interested in him when I made him an offer. And then computer team comes in, swipes him. Oh, wow. Timo Meyer's gone too. Wow. There's just... We might have to make a trade because we have a lot of cap space. And there's really nothing in free agency. Alright guys, so we're making the Ducks a huge offer for Josh Hosang. $4.7 million there for 1 more year. Clearly this is like our last season. We're going boomer bust. He had what, like 60 points-ish last year. Really good hands, good shot. Just be a nice addition to our top 6. Pisman, highly goalie, but he's not going to help us win this year. So the value is pretty equal. I think Hosang actually has more, but on the block, they want the goalie. Maybe they'll say yes. And they reject that trade, saying it's too far off value. So I said I didn't want to make any trades past 2029, but I feel like we can definitely use the third-round pick that we picked up from the Coyotes. Also had a couple prospect defensemen there they want, so I feel like this now should go through. And there we go. So Hosang, huge addition. Still have about, what, 5 million cap space, and we still have a first-round pick and a few decent prospects we could definitely trade at the deadline. And so right now, guys, I'm going to try and get Latin signed before anyone makes him an offer sheet. Let's see here, 2.4, 1 year, $2 million. He'll should say yes to that. And then, like I said, still gives us about $3 million to play with at the deadline. And Carolina just traded Teravainen to San Jose for a couple prospects, so I'm hoping they're pretty good. Radulov there was one of the guys who made a qualifying offer on. Peterson, another guy, accepts. I think they're just realizing no team's making them offers. And Latin does accept, so there we go. I think team's ready to go for this season. And another pretty big trade just went down, guys. Athanasiou and Heponiemi going to Calgary, and LA gets a prospect goalie and a 5th-round pick. And right here, guys, trying to make a trade with Arizona for this Kumeski defenseman. Pretty solid, 82 overall, low elite. He's actually an offensive defenseman. Pretty good hands there, not a bad shot. Defensively, good awareness, shot block and stick check, pretty crap though. Reason being, basically, our bottom pair is 2 defensive defensemen. They're getting -3. Cole here as well has terrible skating. Like, are you kidding me? So I feel like he's going to get blown past. His shot block and stick check are actually really good, but he's playing with the defensive defenseman. He's got good physicals too. We need like a bit of a better mixture there. So Martinick we just drafted, not too bad. Also asking for a 2nd-round pick. The 2 defensemen are actually pretty even, but theirs isn't on the block, so I feel like you have to overpay a little bit. We'll see what they say here. Trade accepted. That actually works out really well. So we're at the start of the season here, guys. As you can see, the team status is champion. Hopefully, this is the year we finally become a champion. So first line, I've actually got Mantha playing there. I don't think he's ever played on the first line. 34 years old. I'm giving him a shot with the 2 best players. I'm thinking he's got a really good shot. I've actually changed him to a sniper. It gives them +1 chemistry opposed to 0 when he was a power forward. Playing, of course, is Shane Wright and Lucas Raymond. I mean, these 2 guys are unreal. Raymond's potential is actually going up to high elite. So hopefully Mantha can just score a bunch there. Second line, we have Hosang, Larkin, and Volino. So I think a really solid second line. Krebs, Kerslak, and Puljujarvi on the third line. And then Suzuki, Sorelli, and Gibbons on the fourth line. So a lot of depth, a lot of talent. I think the forward group is very solid. Defensively there, we got Goldman back on the team, playing with Seth Jones. He's actually dropped to an 88, so luckily only 1 year left on the $11.5 million deal, the last year anyways, but his stats still look fine. Hopefully, you know, he can lead that D-core. We got Barron there playing with Recchi, and then we have Latin on the bottom pair with Kumeski. And looking at special teams here, guys, first unit's Raymond, Larkin, Mantha, Jones, and Wright. I'm actually trying out Wright on the back here. Hopefully, I mean, he's got a really good shot. It'll work out for us. Second unit there, I think it's also pretty solid. 4-man power play. Unfortunately, we're actually in a -1. Really no way around it if we wanted to actually have good players there, so it's kind of worth it. Penalty kill +5 on the first unit. I always love that. Just hopefully go out there and dominate. Actually, 3 men there, both getting +1s. Goaltending, Spencer Knight's a 90. Machowski's an 85 backup, so probably have the best backup in the league, which means at the deadline, if we want to really make a splash, I'm sure we could trade him. AHL team here doesn't look too bad. Mostly, you know, mid to high 70s. Defensively there, also not looking too bad. We signed that 1 goalie, so 75 starter there, 71 backup. Hopefully the AHL team can at least make the playoffs. I think our AHL team's been pretty rough throughout this franchise because kind of always trading away, you know, prospects to make this team better. Take a look at the ratings here as well. Again, we'll see, what is it? 96 offense, 90 defense, 92 goaltending. I feel like once you're at around 90, 90, 90, it doesn't really matter. You just gotta kind of hope you get lucky in the playoffs. So we'll start simming here. Hope for the best. So we're now in December here, guys. The really good record, 21, 12, and 2. It's kind of crazy too. We were like 10 and 9, I think, to start the year. So we went on a roll after that, going like what 10 and 3 over the next 13 games. Hopefully we can keep this up here. Again, this needs to be the year. And a big trade just went down, guys. Columbus trading Henrik Borgstrom to Pittsburgh for a 1st and 2nd-round pick. Another big trade here, guys. Winnipeg trading Vesalainen for a 1st, Jerry, and I think that's a prospect there in Wild. So pretty nuts. Another one, Duran going to Boston for Letty and Hargrave, I believe. 2 more prospects. Another big trade here from Winnipeg, trading Hendricks Lapierre, Fleury, and Jacobs to Minnesota for Nikolainen, a 1st, Sutton, and a prospect. So clearly, Winnipeg's rebuilding here. And Carolina here trading 2 first-round picks and a prospect to Columbus for Timu Meyer, Ethan Bear, and Nikita Zaitsev. Meyer was just a free agent too. As you guys can see, we're now 34, 21, and 5 as we approach the deadline. Eriksson Ek there to Seattle. Maybe they're finally, you know, going to make the playoffs again. I think they've only made it once or twice in this entire thing, which is pretty nuts. And I believe right now we actually have the division lead with only 75 points. There's no, like, crazy team this year. Usually there's, like, a team close to 90. I see Penguins actually pretty good, though, at 85. Blue Jackets just fired their head coach. So we're at the deadline here. are about to be. I don't really need Finneganov. So 76 points. We do have the division lead there. Penguins, though, with the conference lead, 85 points. Looking good so far. Raymond there playing very well. 79 points, 63 games. I love seeing that. Maybe this can be another 100-point season for him. Penguins 85, Blackhawks 86, Sharks 83. Okay, so looks like Penguins gonna be our biggest rival, I guess, in the playoffs. Gonna see what we can get into trade. Obviously, we have the backup goalie who's got a ton of value. I think could be a starter. Have what, $6 million in cap space. I'm gonna try and do something here to make this team better. I'm surprised Kerslak has not grown at all, but definitely room to improve somewhere on this team. Let's try and do it. And this is something I'll never get, guys. So Manta's actually dropped in rating to an 84, playing on the first line with 28 goals and 20 assists in 63 games. So he's like on pace for one of his best seasons in a while now. He's already got 48 points, which is what he had last year. I don't get it. All right, guys, so we're here trying to make a blockbuster trade with the Calgary Flames for Matthew Tkachuk and Valimaki. Tkachuk here, 4 years left at $9.6 million. Surprised on the block, 44 points right now in 62 games. A really good shot, physical stats, obviously. Decent skater. He's got 90 poise, good hands, good defensive stats. Like, does it all. I feel like it also helps out with the chemistry. Valimaki, 86 overall defenseman, would definitely improve our top 4. You can see there, good hands, defensive stats. He's also really well-rounded. So, have them retaining 50% of Valimaki. He's got 1 year left. Offering up Recchi, also 1 year. He's basically taking his spot. Hosang, we traded for him. Hasn't been too great. 36 points right now. I think Tkachuk would be better. Palin's a decent prospect we drafted. 73, medium top 6. He's actually got really good numbers right now in juniors. And then first round pick in this year's draft. Value's pretty equal. Both their things are on the block. We can definitely add one more piece here to make it happen. We'll see what they say though with this. Trade's accepted. Honestly, that is a huge trade. I think hopefully it's enough. Alright guys, so after that trade, the team's looking real good. We got Matthew Tkachuk playing on the top line with Wright and Raymond. Hoping he plays really well there. Manta's now on the second line with Larkin and Volino, so it's like the Red Wings originals line. Krabs with Kerslak, Puljujarvi on the third line. Suzuki, Cirelli, and Gibbons there on the fourth line. Defense looks a lot better now too. Goldobin, Jones, Barron, Valimaki. It's a very solid top 4. Latin and Komeski is a good bottom pair. Goalies obviously have not changed. I switched up the power play a bit. I think we got Tkachuk now on the first unit. Manta's on the second. So again, I think this should be a positive change. Tkachuk's a bit better player as well. Just give us a different style than Hosang. Valimaki's definitely an upgrade. So hopefully this is our year. Throughout the end of the season here, guys, the record of 48, 27, 7. So just a couple wins shy there. 50, 103 points though, and we got the division win. So again, gives us a good matchup at least. We'll have a wild card team here. Raymond 3 points shy there of 100. Still not too bad. Take a look at how everyone else did. I'm optimistic. I think maybe this is the year. We got our goalie. We got we got the depth. We'll see what happens. Wright just shy of a point per game. Larkin there almost at a point per game. That's awesome. Tkachuk 62. So seems to be similar pace to when we traded for him. Mantha definitely slowed down. He only had like 11 points there after the deadline. He dropped down on the second line, but still, he's playing power play. I don't know. Krebs 56. He's on the third line, so that's really good. Jones 56. Volino 55. He never really puts up more than that, but very solid defensively. Obviously, like defensive stats, 5 stars. Kerslak 42. So I don't know. Maybe he needs to get up there in the second line to really start growing. But for us right now, it doesn't really matter. It's the last year, and kind of need him there on that third line. See how Spencer Knight did. So 0.901 and 2.9. Not as good stats as last year. He won the Vezina. Machovsky there, slightly better, but still nothing insane. 2, we'll take a look at the AHL team. Goalies don't really care about, but there's the stats. Reasoner 54. We really never had a great AHL team or even just great AHL players, just because I think, like I was mentioning before, always trading those guys and stuff, just trying to keep the NHL team competitive. Caulfield, 110 points, 65 goals, 99 wrist shot accuracy. The dude's shot, and even his hands, just unreal. McKinnon, Aho, McDavid, Kokiniemi, Raymond. So Raymond there finished 6th in scoring, not too bad. Hischier, Scheifele, Gensel. See where he finished the entire league. It seems like the league, no crazy teams this year. Maybe they're just not in the Atlantic this time. So Chicago 112. Yeah, actually were some pretty good teams. Pittsburgh, San Jose, Washington. We finished 5th there. 6 teams with 100+ points. Take a look and see. Seattle squeaks in. So again, I think that's their second, maybe third playoff berth of this entire thing. Who got last in the entire league? And Vegas, wow, 63 points. Columbus 64, of course. I think I saw earlier they actually fired their head coach. That makes sense. And Winnipeg we knew was in the rebuild. They traded away a couple good players. So we'll see we play here in the first round of the playoffs. Hopefully we can at least make it out of the first round. I mean, it's pretty sad that that's what we're hoping for. Like, bar's so low. So in the first round, guys, we're up against the Carolina Hurricanes. And I mean, they got a pretty nasty first line. Brad Lambert, Josh Norris, Andrei Svechnikov. Are you kidding me? Like, that's just as good as ours. I mean, you could even argue it's a bit better. I don't think so, but yeah, it's a good first line. They got Negus on the second line with Brady Tkachuk, so we got a Tkachuk brother battle here. Myers on the third line. I mean, that's a good forward group. Defensively is where it drops off. They have Hamilton, that's about it. So, defensively, we're way better. Goalies, Demko 87. Demko's a good goalie, so I don't know how they're a wild card team. Like, that's a pretty solid team. All right, guys, here we go. First game at home. Hopefully, we can at least get out of the first round here. Like I said, this team, this franchise, in the 10 years, we haven't made a conference final yet. Maybe this is the year. Okay, we're up 3-2. Lots of scoring there. It's all red, so it's going to be tougher to track. Have to look at the right side. 5-2. There we go. Kerslak and Latinen. And we hold on. Okay, so good first game. We had 42 shots as well, so we brought the pressure. Hopefully, we can actually, you know, keep this up, roll it into game 2. I am like, we could be up 3-0, and I'm never confident in these playoffs just because I don't know what it is. They're so tough. I noticed, too, we actually beat Carolina the last game of the season, so it sucks that one doesn't count. We could be up 2-0 right now. Second game, we're up 2-1. Lambert for them, Kerslak, Raymond for us. Nothing in the second. There we go. I was a little bit worried there. Tkachuk gets the game winner, and they get a goal from West. So, 2-0 series lead right now. Hopefully, you can keep this going into Carolina. Again, until we have 4 wins, I am not going to be, like, overconfident at all. We haven't actually... Did we make it out of the first round? I think we're first round exits the last 2 years. So, hopefully, at least we can get a first round win. And as I say that, we get a goal from Raymond. I thought for a second that was one of theirs. 1-1 though, Lambert for them. Come on, look at that. The shots like on the boards. Third period. There we go. Raymond and Gibbons both get one. 3-1 lead. Keep it going, boys. We got to win 1 of 4 games. I mean, come on. We're playing decent here. We've only let in, what, 2, 2, and 1. So defensively, goaltending-wise, playing pretty good as well. Here we go. Game 4. 2-1 lead for us. Sorelli actually gets 2 goals. Let's go. Nothing in the second. Hold on here. And Tkachuk gets the power play goal. Icing on the cake. 3-1. Sweep the Hurricanes. I'm honestly a bit shocked. We finally make it out of the first round. Let's go. Hopefully can keep this going in the second round. And in the second round here, guys, we're up against the Ottawa Senators. They have this Corvo dude, Seagrass, and Cash on the first line. An 80 on the second line. An 82 Giroux. His hands are still insane in his shot, but look how slow he is. Defensively, physically, not very good. They have a 87 Lundell on the third line. I don't know about that one. I think he should be there opposed to Giroux. Shabbat, not much else for defense. Goaltending, an 83. So I think the Carolina team that we just swept is a lot better on paper than the Ottawa team we're about to play, but we'll see what happens. Looks like they beat Montreal there in the first round. Get a look at how many games here once we matched up with them. So Ottawa actually went 7 games there with Montreal, guys. So hopefully we're the better team here. We swept Carolina. And looking at the 2 teams on paper, I feel like, you know, we're definitely better than Ottawa here. So let's see what happens. Playoffs are tough, so can't get too confident. Nothing in the first period there. Gibbons for us. Come on, hold on. Zibanejad there scores for them. So tied up 1-1. We need OT hero. And they get it there. Pistola. I was going to say, it's kind of cool as Zibanejad's back on Ottawa, but not so cool. I want to take an L there in the first game. At least it was a close game, so if we can at least win the next one here, we'll be tied up at least. So here we go. First period, no scores. Second period, 1-1. Barron for us. Persade for them. And there we go. Mantha and Raymond both score. They had 37 shots, so Spencer and I had a really good game. Tied up 1-1. That's exactly what we wanted. We can at least take 1 here in Ottawa. 2-2, and then just a best of 3 again. Not being greedy with these playoffs. They're too tough. I'll take pretty much anything we can get, but have never gotten past this point. I'm hoping, no, this is the time. Third game. Wow, big first period. We're up 3-2. Gibbons, Raymond, Larkin. Are you kidding me? They get 2 in the second. We need to answer back in the third. Wow, so we get 1 from Larkin. Unfortunately, they also score. Lose there 5-4. High scoring game. Luckily, lots of games left. I was saying we just need to take 1 in Ottawa, so hopefully we can win this game 4. This is a big game, because if we lose it, we'd have to win 3 straight, which is pretty tough, so. That last game could have went either way. Let's see what happens in this one. 1-1, Mantha for us. Wow, 3-1 for them. Come on. You get 1 from Raymond, that's not enough. So, need a bit of a miracle here, I think, to win 3 straight. I don't get it. Like, I would say Carolina's a better team than Ottawa here. We swept Carolina, and I think we're better than Ottawa. I don't get it, guys. I just don't get it. But you never know. Maybe we can pull this off. Game 5. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I think the Red Wings, we had the glory years, 25 straight playoffs, and at least in-game, we're cursed. We're absolutely cursed. Drop in 5 there, the Senators. We got 1 win. I feel like I did everything I could. Like, it sucks, but, you know, I was feeling good after the first round. We got the sweep against Carolina. It just wasn't meant to be. And look at that, guys. Mode complete. Franchise mode is now complete. I was really hoping that that'd be our logo next to the Stanley Cup. Unfortunately, it's the San Jose Sharks. Thinking about it, we're basically like the Tampa Bay Lightning, except the Lightning at least made us conference final once or twice, whereas we couldn't even make it to the conference final. Tons of regular season success, and just nothing at all to show for it in the playoffs. It just, I don't know, it just makes no sense to me. And San Jose, of course, beat Ottawa in the Stanley Cup final. We always lose to the team that if they don't win the cup, they make it to the cup final. Like, I'm dumbfounded. I just can't believe this franchise. I don't know. I honestly, I think we might have been cursed. So, team awards there. Individual awards, Caulfield with the Art Ross and the Heart. Chichu, James Norris. Hughes got the Lady Bing. It's kind of cool to see. He's actually on Colorado. Wow. Kolikov got the Calder. Ratty Conn Smythe. Murray Vesna. Wallstedt got the William Jennings. Big reason why probably San Jose won. Hobbs there, Bill Masterton. Washington's coach got the Jack Adams. Perfetti, Selke, back-to-back years. Caulfield also got the Ted Lindsay. And, of course, the Maurice Richard. Caulfield just, it's a bit of a beast in this. Take a look at the AHL awards there, too. I don't think our AHL team made it to the playoffs, so Trocheck's in the AHL, most points, MVP. I kind of like it when there's a veteran in the AHL tearing it up, especially when it's like a current player that's in their prime, like Tatar there, MVP. I think it's cool to see Dadonov sportsmanship. I don't know. I think that's pretty awesome, but unfortunately, this franchise did not go the way we wanted it to. I wish, it sucks there's like no way to see kind of your whole history. I think the only way to do it, I can't even actually look at my coach, but is you can like look at how your coach did. So I actually figured out how we could look at our playoff stats over the years, and that's by looking at Dylan Larkin, as he's been on the team since the very beginning. Same goes for Anthony Mantha, but we're going to use Larkin here. So I think we made the playoffs 8 of 10 years. We didn't make it the first year because that was the year, of course, that we went and got Lucas Raymond. And then the third year we got Shane Wright. We also didn't make it. So 19-20 and then 21-22. 8 years, though, of the 10 we made the playoffs. And the most playoff games we ever played was 12, 23-24. That was the year that we lost to the Leafs in Game 7 in the second round, and they went on to win the Stanley Cup. I mean, look at that. Like, every year, we're in the playoffs, and, like, 2 years we had double-digit playoff games, and they're both still second-round exits. Like, honestly, I think we were just cursed. That's the only possible answer, but I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys did too. I plan on doing another one of these with a different team. I'm hoping with that team we can at least win 1 Stanley Cup in the 10 years. So in the comments section, let me know what team you guys want to see next. But that's going to be it, guys, for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this series. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you're watching this, you haven't subscribed, please do that as well. And thank you all so much for the support on this series. It means a lot. Hopefully you have a bit more luck in the next one.